Stay tuned for Pause for Thought, the podcast hosted each week by cats and dogs with a message. And now here's your friendly host, Miss Anna Belle.
Welcome to another episode of Pause for Thought. Today's topic might make you hold your nose, but it's one of nature's most interesting defense mechanisms. Joining us is Essence, here to talk about why skunks smell so bad. Welcome, Essence.
Thanks, Anna Belle. I'm excited to discuss this stinky but fascinating topic.
Let's dive right in. Why do skunks have that infamous smell, and what purpose does it serve?
The smell comes from a chemical defense mechanism. Skunks have special glands near their tails that produce a foul-smelling liquid. This liquid contains sulfur-based compounds called thiols, which are responsible for the incredibly strong, unpleasant odor.
So it's more than just a bad smell, it's a survival tool. Well, Essence, will you sing a song for us before we go to break?
I'd love to. I thought you'd never ask. Here's one called A Skunk Named James.
Hey kids, Billy here, inviting you to stay tuned to Pause for Thought with my friend Anna Belle. You never know who her guest will be, but one thing's for certain, you'll learn something every week. And who knows, you might see me on there real soon. Once you watch it, you'll want to go back.
And we're back. Essence, you did a great job on that song. Before the break we were talking about a skunk's defense mechanism.
Skunks are small animals, so they're vulnerable to predators. The smell acts as a deterrent. If a predator gets too close, the skunk can spray this liquid up to 10 feet away, and the odor is so overwhelming that most predators think twice before attacking.
I've heard it's almost impossible to get rid of that smell once it's on you. Is that true?
It's very persistent. The thiols in the spray are oily and can cling to fur, skin, and even fabric. Traditional remedies like tomato juice don't actually work. The best way to neutralize the smell is by using a mixture of hydrogen peroxide, baking soda, and dish soap.
That's good to know in case anyone gets sprayed. Are skunks aggressive, or do they only spray as a last resort?
Skunks are actually quite shy and prefer to avoid confrontation. They'll give warning signs before spraying, like stamping their feet, raising their tails, or even hissing. Spraying is their last line of defense because it takes time for their glands to produce more of the smelly liquid.
That's interesting, they're not as trigger-happy as some people think. Essence, what can we learn from skunks about respecting wildlife?
Skunks remind us to observe animals from a distance and not provoke them. They're an important part of the ecosystem, eating pests like insects and rodents. If we give them space, they'll usually keep to themselves.
Great advice. Thanks so much for joining us, Essence, and shedding light on this stinky but fascinating topic.
Thanks for having me, Anna Belle.
And thank you to our listeners for tuning in to Pause for Thought. Join us next time for more interesting discussions.